on, bro? Well, you know I gotta get my voice on. You know I gotta get my voice on, y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, bro, they trying to say that the boy finally got booked for the murder of the little girl and shit, bro. But this been going on for like a half a year now, gang. Like, cuz been free for a long ass time, and for her to be found dead inside his Tesla and him to be out that long, bro, that's how you know money talk, bro. Them niggas wasn't even trying to do that, bro. It literally, this came down to the public pushing, like, bro, why is this little girl found in the back of a famous rich person's Tesla? Rapper. I never listened to D for David or whatever his name is. I don't know if y'all listen to that nigga music, but I know when music's for me and when it's not. Obviously, this shit wasn't. I never tuned into any song he made. But let's get into it.
Held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. You may remember, and we've been reporting, Rivas's body was found in the trunk of David's car in September of last year. She was only 14 years.
Nigga, I said half a year to be generous, bro. This nigga was free for a whole year. Mind you, a 14-year-old girl was found in his Tesla. Dead, chopped up. They said chopped up. They didn't even say found whole. Like, they was on some weird industry, Illuminati. You know how that shit get, bro. Ritual shit, bro. I'ma keep the whole beam. YouTube, don't ban my video. Niggas is getting exposed in 2026, bro. All that devil worshiping shit, bro. Niggas been off that game. That shit was left in 2016, bro. Like,
again, this breaking news just into our newsroom. We're working to get more information, and we'll continue to follow this story.
We do want to go ahead and bring in now ABC's Alex Stone on the phone to speak more about this case. Alex, you've been following this from the very beginning. What can you tell us as far as this breaking information goes this afternoon?
Well, Mark and Michelle, yeah, sources are telling us that this is based off of evidence that the LAPD was able to gather and put together and now is going to be presenting to the LA County DA for a filing decision on Monday. This was not from any kind of indictment. We know that the case had gone to a grand jury. It was expected that there might be an indictment coming sometime soon. We were thinking in the last couple of months or in the next few weeks.
David is being charged with murder. Now, the reason why we have to reiterate murder is because when the investigation first started, LAPD put out a press release where they notified the public that they may not even have enough for murder, that, Celeste may have died from an overdose, and, that David and others may just be charged with, I don't know, improperly disposing of a body. But for them to charge David with murder, they would now have proof or evidence from their perspective that David committed this murder against Celeste or instructed the murder of Celeste. But nobody else has been arrested or is in custody. So for now, David is who they believe murdered Celeste.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. If anybody know how much time do you get for whatever he just said with a body, but he said improbable disposal of a body, improbable disposal of a body or something like that, bro. I don't know. I never heard of that crime. That sounds like some sick shit that sick motherfuckers might get bailed out with, but like what?
This is the press release.
How do you properly dispose a body?
It's from LAPD Robbery and Homicide Division. Now, they will say the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery/Homicide Division has been diligently investigating the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez over the past several weeks. At this time, we can confirm that Celeste Hernandez is deceased and her body was found in the front trunk area of a Tesla belonging to David. The vehicle had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks, so Ms. Hernandez may have been deceased for several weeks before the discovery of her body. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Celeste Rivas' death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. Is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Hernandez and her family.
Bro,
but when they had that
grand topic makes me my little
September,
sisters, bro. I don't
that
even
now
play
they
like
have reached
that.
a point
I'm
where
going to
they
jail,
believe they have
bro.
probable
I'm going to jail
cause,
just so I can
and
see
it's
him
gone to the DA.
kill him, bro.
All right, and so a lot of people wondering, this.
He's sick, man. Like, that's fucked up.
So many things seem to point to him. Why did it take them this long to make the arrest? We know they're pretty methodical about how.
My mind you, I'm sorry for pausing, bro. Mind you, every song that they say he made, he was talking about how he killed her and how all that love shit he was going through was because of her. And mind you, they said she been chopped up for God knows how long, gang. So, man, I feel like that was his ritual for him to get his views and shit. You got blood rituals, humiliation rituals. Motherfuckers act like they gay and all that goofy shit. Playboy Cardi with the nails and all that shit. You see how it took my boy damn near 6 years to get back to the ATL hood Cardi. Like, niggas be real. Young boy was on that shit too. It's a couple of niggas that was in the industry on that weird ass paint they nail shit, bro. But Cardi was the first. And then niggas started going with Thug and you know that shit spam. That shit probably go back to the 90s, gang. I'm gonna keep it being. It's been some weirdos in the city. Been some weirdos in the industry, you feel me?
Good question. One of the things that they were waiting on, Mark, was the cause of death. And there was difficulty reaching that cause of death, not to get too graphic, but her body was in multiple parts. Mm-hmm. It was in, we know from court documents, 2 different body bags in the front trunk of that Tesla when her body was found. So it was difficult for the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. So they had to prove or be able to show to the DA that she was murdered, that it wasn't something else where, let's say that she overdosed and then somebody freaked out and put her body in that trunk. They have to be able to prove that it was murder. They now believe that they can do that.
All right.
Yeah, we also know, David, as many entertainers do, had an entourage of people around him at times. I know some other individuals have been considered as drivers of this vehicle or either around. Any information on possibly how this could impact other people that David was around that also may have been around Celeste Rivas?
Michelle, we don't know yet, and if there are any other arrests that are going to be coming in this case. We know that there were a number of witnesses who came and testified in front of the grand jury again that this was.
I don't know if it's me or I'm reaching, but his name just gives it off, bro. D4VD. If you think about that, die for David. I'm keeping the whole beam, bro. I'm too hip to this hip hop shit. Niggas be trying to make it look good, bro. Same shit with Lil Uzi Vert, Lucifer. You feel me? And I listen to Lil Uzi. I don't give a fuck, because he's from Philly, and I don't think he really be on that. Like, I just feel like that was his name, but the coincidences with these rappers' names and satanic sick shit just be too symbolic and too close for me, bro. That shit is not no coincidence, man.
This is
die for
probable
David.
Cause
You killed that girl, man. You chopped her ass up, bro.
Under arrest.
You gotta do your time.
There has to be more arrests coming. There just has to be, right? Bro. Like obviously there's more arrests coming because the person who drove the Tesla and parked it outside of David's crib with the body in the trunk, that person was never identified yet or arrested, but the private investigator says they have ID'd the person, they know who that person was. Well, if that person drove the body and parked it, isn't that person some type of accessory after the fact?
Right.
Like, the people who was purchasing things like burn cages for David,
let me shut up.
Isn't that person somehow an accessory after the fact?
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of people came in and they spoke to a lot of people. I knew David was cooked from the second, right, that they was bringing in his homies, bro. The one homie, after the grand jury, his entire tone changed, bro. Once they brought him in and they let him know what he was facing and how he could be charged, man, bro came back on Instagram and told everybody, hey, bro, David is a piece of ish. Celeste is a victim. And we're like, huh? She's a victim. So that means that she was murdered.
Niggas got the ratting.
Once his best friend turned on him publicly, I knew it was already cooked for David.
Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to read you what Neil Langston just posted on his Instagram account. And I will tell you, it's quite telling, okay? And I'm curious why he posted it, why of all times right now. I'm going to try to put it into context a bit more. But this is important. This is a big development. So Neo took to Instagram with a series of posts. There was one that said, I understand due to my silence and the silence in general, it leaves a void of information that everyone wants to fill. But at the end of the day, this case isn't about me. It isn't about you. It's about getting justice for the victim and her family, and I care a lot more about that than trying to fill that void because of public opinion. Obviously wasn't doing my part at first, but now I am. I've stayed loyal to my mindset, and I will continue to. I'm not publicly going to give any opinion or emotion about this case because I find it disrespectful and not my place to weigh in on it, especially as it's still ongoing. I'm not going to spam post to justify or perform my feelings and thoughts for the internet, trying to satisfy people who have already made up their minds about me. In time, the record will speak for itself, and I'm moving on with my life. There's another post where he apparently said, I think the worst part is that I've told so many people that I trust and I thought knew me as a person, my side of things, all for that to be thrown out the window as soon as I get arrested and they slap that bleep's name next to mine. I'm assuming he's referring to David here. And for the record, the thing I was arrested for, I wasn't even...
My boy Neo overly fed up, bro. I don't think bro had nothing to do with it. I just feel like he just had a goofy ass friend that was on some weird shit and put him in a bad spot, bro. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Y'all think he chopped her up? Like, he look like a fucking blue collar businessman, gang.
Government too, who we believe is the
I've been said that earlier in the video.
Prosecuting this case. So
like, I ain't even gonna really fully react to the full John because I feel like he's going to jail. Or like he's booked. He's done for. He's cooked. He's done dado. He's done dado. But man, I don't even know how to like describe the situation, bro. Y'all just gotta watch who y'all trust, bro. And that's it. Cause she's 14 years old, so that's where it comes down to. Where the fuck is your mom and your dad at? Bro, my mom and my dad would have whooped my ass when they found, even after they found me, whatever they found me, bro. Cause you overly cutting, bitch. Stay your little ass in the crib, bro. I'm RP her, bro, but all that running away from your family, thinking you grown and all that, I don't know what the living conditions must have been like, bro, but nigga, my living conditions wasn't all the stablest, and I love my mom and my dad to motherfucking death. No, folks. So, all that, I'm not trying to hear all that pity story shit, bro. Stop trying to chase that Hollywood lifestyle and go find fucking Jesus. Like, for real.